vision of you calling me a vengeful monster and saying I had no regard for human life.
Wait, don't tell me you've given up your plan to hunt down Lilith.
I'll never again take another human life. All I've ever wanted is alive and beautiful and standing right here in front of me.
You're crazy.
And Mark Harrington, be damned, I'll fight him to the last breath for you.
Oh, you won't have to do that.
My bunny, Leslie, I love you.
Yes, the Mason suite, please. Oh, well, I'd like to leave a message for Trish Mason to call her sister-in-law, please. And please make sure she gets that message as soon as the Do Not Disturb sign is off her door. Also, I'd like to leave a message for my husband, Derek Mason, who will be there in a little while, just to call home. Thank you. Bye. Jeff?
Sorry. I just came out to get my tools. I know your husband wants me out of here as soon as possible.
Jeff, I'm really sorry for all that Derek said last night.
Yeah, I guess he's used to ordering people around. I'm sorry, I shouldn't talk like that. I know you love him.
I do love him very much, but it doesn't mean I agree with everything he says.
Yeah, he's probably right about this. I really shouldn't be spending so much time around you.
Sounds like Andy's out of the shower now. If you want to tell him about
Andy, thought you were in the shower.
I guess not.
Not unless he crawled through the bathroom window and dressed in the bushes.
Huh.
Look, I'm not gonna... I don't want to embarrass any of us. I don't want to play games either. I spent the night at Julie's.
Brought to you today by Tide with bleach. It'll knock your socks off, and it'll get them whiter than any other detergent.
I didn't ask Duke to cover for me. I'm not going to lie about where I've been or how I feel about Julie.
Well, you've made it very clear.
Andy, we didn't come here to check up on you. We came to invite you and Duke to have breakfast with us. I guess that wasn't a very good idea.
Yeah, I guess not. I gotta get to class.
This is all my fault. You know, Julie, she wouldn't be here in Oakdale if it weren't for me. If there's only some way I could convince her to go back to Seattle or talk some sense into Andy, he's just too trusting.
Well, obviously, he's made up his mind about this young woman. Any chance I can get some breakfast before I go to work?
Yes, darling, I'll be right there. Listen, Duke, don't blame yourself for this. I'm very glad you and Andy are good friends, and you could be a really big help to him right now.
Thanks. Hello? No, he's in the shower. Would I lie to you, Julie? You know, you really... no, I'm not going to start with you. Yes, I will give him the message.
Even though you won't be working here anymore, Jeff, we could still be friends, right?
I don't think so. I guess you're so in love with Derek that you never realized how I feel. I mean, once I got up my nerve to tell you, you were married. So I've tried to be content with just working here and seeing you every day.
But Jeff, I don't know what to say. I mean, I like you.
Good morning, Mrs. Mason.
Hi, Mom. Hi.
Hello.
I was just leaving, Mrs. Dixon.
Jeff has finished up his renovations here.
Yeah, look, I'll get my tools out, so I may take a walk.
It's okay. Don't rush.
You know what? I'm glad he's finished here. There's something creepy about him.
He's very nice. He just hides his feelings. That's all.
What? You know what?
Oh, what?
You know what? You and Derek going abroad, for heaven's sake, darling. What is the matter with that boy? How could he consider it? He has a business in New York that's in trouble.
He's selling the business.
Well, that's idiotic. The market's soft.
He just wants a change, that's all. He's been working ever since he got out of college. I think it would be good for the two of us to go away for a long honeymoon, a year or so, traveling.
Yeah, just great. Desert me. I may never see Sierra again, and now you're going to desert me.
I'm not deserting you. I'm not. Oh, you're not. It's only going to be for a year or so. I have to do this for Derek. He's not happy.
Well, what's the matter with him if he isn't happy? He's got everything. He's got you. He's got love. He's got money, and he's got a business.
Well, I don't know much about his business, but he's not very happy with this business deal that he has with his father. So maybe getting out of the country is his way of getting out of it. Letting Niles down gently.
If you think that one kiss is going to change my mind about you, then you can just forget it.
I love you. You're all I've ever wanted in this entire world.
Right, but you also want to wreak your bloody revenge on Lilith.
I'm here. I'm not in Montega. That should tell you something. Listen to your heart, lassie. Can you truly tell me that what you want is a safe, predictable, boring life with Mark Harrington?
Well, you needn't concern yourself with that. The point is that I don't want a life with you. And yes, I do want some peace and tranquility for a change.
Oh, you don't mean that, lassie.
I do, too.
You're a wild and free spirit. You were born to be my wife. And I'll never leave you again, no matter what you say.
Well, then I'll leave you. I have to get to the castle. I have responsibilities.
I have responsibilities as well. I have a business to run here, so I'll be staying in Oakdale, and I'll be seeing you every day.
Not if I see you first. Hey, good morning.
Bye. Duncan.
Hello, Leanne. You look lovely.
Thank you. I just passed Shannon. She seemed really angry. You seem happy.
Well, I'm always exhilarated on the eve of battle, and I'll not leave the field this time for Mr. Harrington.
Mark?
The same.
Well, Mark's gone. He went back to Philadelphia. Didn't Shannon tell you?
You know, Margot, Dan is under more stress than usual with this case.
Yes, I understand. My health. Tell him to get back to me by 10 o'clock. Margot, you got that report?
Well, sir...
Look, I told you. I want it on my desk first thing.
Yes.
Where's Munson?
He's not due in for another hour, sir, and I am just finishing up this report. Just. Dan, I'm going over to Kim's now. Try to get home at a reasonable hour tonight.
Well, it all depends on the state attorney and maybe even the governor. You know, it seems everybody wants to get in on the act here.
All right, dear.
Bye, sweetheart.
Margot.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Could we use the office for a minute? I'm doing court and Bill needs to talk to me about something.
Sure.
Well, I hope you realize I've got every available officer on this case, despite the fact that we're an understaffed department here.
So, Bill, what's this about the grand jury?
Look, Tom, this case is making headlines all over the country. International crime lord murdered by son as he struggled with his ex-mistress. It's hot stuff. Now, the media isn't going to like it if they smell a cover-up, and neither will the voters. We're both up for re-election this year.
The shooting was a justifiable homicide. That's cut and dried. You got Paul's statement, and Emily Stewart's corroborates that.
So we let a grand jury hear the evidence and decide whether to indict the kid, and we're both off that.
Well, I'm not doing that just because it's a re-election year. I will stand on my record. Thank you.
You've got more problems than you think. You prosecuted Barbara Ryan a couple of years back. Sturgis will say you're trying to compensate by letting her son off easy.
That's ridiculous, Bill.
You've already given him a lot of ammunition by not bringing charges against Lucinda Walsh for harboring Sten.
Would you have brought charges against Lucinda Walsh?
It's
not beside the point.
The point is she's wealthy and powerful, and she's backing you now. The voters may think you struck a deal.
Let them vote for Sturgis.
You don't mean that. I gotta call the governor.
Bill, if Paul Stenbeck goes before the grand jury, I'm going to have to disqualify myself in this case. I can't be objective where he's concerned. He's like family to me.
Well, your assistant Hamilton's a good man.
Coast clear. What'd he say?
I'm trying to put a lid on this case. It's far from over for Paul.
So, am I in the paper again today?
There's an article about the investigation, but I don't think you should read it. Honey, sit down. I'll get you some breakfast. Come on.
Thanks. You know, I was thinking, I might go to classes today.
Hey, good for you.
That is terrific. I'm glad to hear that. You know, honey, this investigation's going to be over in just a couple of days, and you're going to get all involved in college again, and I'm glad you didn't want to fall behind.
Don't count on the investigation being over in a few days, Barbara. There's still a lot of loose ends.
Like what, Hal?
Well, for one thing, we have to trace your father's footsteps during his last days here. He kept a journal, so that helps. By the way, did he mention Adam to you when he called?
No, but why would he?
He knew Adam was my son. He made a note of it in his journal.
How would he know that?
Well, he knew that because he overheard a conversation that I had with Lucinda. I'll get that, okay? Hello, good morning. Hank! Oh, how wonderful to hear your voice. How's Charles? I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, the doctors think that Charles may only have a few more days, so I can't leave him now. If it weren't for that, I would have come to Oakdale as soon as I heard about Paul.
Well, Paul is okay. He's standing right here and he wants to talk to you, okay? I will. You give my love to Charles. Here you go.
Hey, Hank.
Charles is worse?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm hanging in there.
Is there something about this investigation that you're not telling me?
Good.
No, nothing substantial, but, with the state attorney breathing down our necks, I just hope that Paul and Emily haven't left anything out of their statements.
Doesn't look like that. How's Charles?
See you tonight.
Oh, Hank, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I'd come to New York right away to see you, but, they won't let me leave here.
Paul, I'm gonna be all right. And so are you.
I don't know about that, Hank. You know, I never told anybody this, but when I pulled the trigger and I saw my dad fall, the only thing I felt was relief that Emily and I were finally free of him. That's all I felt.
Paul, he would have killed Emily if you hadn't stopped him.
Yeah, I know. But Hank, you should have seen the look in his eyes. He couldn't believe that his own son shot him.
Paul, you tried most of your life to love your father, but he made it impossible. Now, he's gone, and you have the rest of your life to live. You can make it anything you want. Don't let what's happened stop you from doing that.
I'm gonna do my best, Hank. If it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna make this world forget I'm a Stenbeck.
Do you believe those security people in the lobby? Good thing those reporters don't know about that freight elevator.
Mom, I love you for it, but you don't have to run interference for me every morning. It's bad enough that I moved in with you and I'm taking your privacy now that John's coming.
Oh, don't even think about that. You're my first priority right now.
Well, I've been thinking about talking to Craig. Maybe I'll take a few days off, get out of town, and when I come back, I can move right back into the condo.
What are you talking about? You don't want to move back there. Why don't you sell that place?
Mom, I'm not afraid of James' ghosts. Hi, Sean.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I see the vultures of the Fourth Estate are still in the lobby.
Yes, they are.
Coffee?
Oh, I'd love something.
I'll have some, too.
Emily, I have decided to take your grandmother's apartment.
Well, I'm really glad that you're willing to take over for Mark Gibbs. I intend to keep the center going full tilt. Okay?
Shannon!
Hey! Oh!
Welcome back.
Hi. Oh.
Shannon, I'm so sorry about the baby.
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. And so are you and your baby, and I'll be here for you every step of the way.
Shannon, what happened to Buddy?
Well, he's still in prison. A judge is going to decide whether he should be held responsible for the things he did for James Stenbeck.
Okay, guys. I'll see you in class.
Oh,
Go get started in Unit 8.
Good to see you at lunch.
Shannon.
Okay, good to see you too. Study hard.
You know, Shannon, I was very surprised that Mark left. I thought you two had something real good going there, you know?
Yeah, I was surprised that he left, too. I'm gonna miss him. But I am not going to let him down in terms of this place.
I don't think you will. I'll see you later.
Okay. No, no, I have had enough of you for one day.
Well, that's a fine attitude from someone who's supposed to be desperate for volunteers.
Not that desperate.
Oh, come on, lassie. Mark Harrington may have deserted you, but I never will. Put me to work. That's the only reason I came.
Sorry I'm late.
Hey.
It's been
Hi.
quite a morning.
Well, what happened?
It's just... I told a lie to Kim and Bob, trying to cover up for Andy. And it was stupid, didn't work, and I feel like a total jerk.
Yeah, well, what were you covering for Andy about?
He didn't come home last night.
You mean he was with Julie?
Hi, Leanne.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, Dr. Bob.
Duke, long time no see.
Yeah, I wish. Listen, I'm sorry about
Hi.
that this morning. And actually, excuse me, I'll be right back.
Duke, we have to leave soon.
Well, I can't believe I have a granddaughter starting college.
Oh, well, I just hope that I do well and make you proud of me.
You will. Listen, college isn't all grades, you know. It's exploring life and finding yourself and making new friends.
Mm-hmm.
You and Duke seem to be getting along pretty well.
Yeah, I like him so much. I just wish my father would be more understanding about him.
I was so shocked when Kim told me about Andy dating Julie.
It's more than just dating, Susan.
Oh, well, whatever it is. I hope you have a good, long talk with him.
Susan, he won't listen to any criticism of her. I'm just worried about what's going to happen when Pop comes back. But I'd appreciate if you didn't tell him, Kim, she wants to break it to him gently.
Well, I don't care who breaks it to him or how. He's going to hit the roof.
Okay, Duke. Gotta go.
Okay, I'm ready. See you later.
Yeah, good luck. I hope you like your professors. Thank you. Bye.
Oh, Bob, listen, I know you're having a problem with Andy, and I hope I didn't make it worse by mentioning to Kim mentioning that Kim had told me about him and Julie. I was so shocked when I heard it.
Apparently, you're not very fond of Julie.
Oh, she's the worst kind of trouble in the world. I hate to see Andy mixed up with somebody like her.
I wanted to clear the air before I left. I know I shocked you this morning.
I was a lot less shocked than you would have thought. I told Bob last night that I thought you were having an affair with Julie.
Well, I'm not exactly going around advertising. It's just that I live next door and you know everything I do and you believe everything Dad tells you about Julie.
I'm not parroting your father's opinions. It's just that Julie has a different set of values than I tried to raise you with. I admit it. I think that being promiscuous is
I'm not
wrong.
being promiscuous.
I am not talking about you. Julie
I don't
has
want
an
to hear it, Mom.
Listen, this has nothing to do with judging you or Julie or anybody else as far as that's concerned. I just don't want you to get hurt. I mean, that's all I'm thinking about. That's all anybody's thinking about. Your father's going to fix
Oh, and he's going to throw a fit when he gets back. I can't wait.
Not if I can help it. I'm going to talk to him as soon as he gets off the plane.
And tell him what?
I don't know. I guess the fact that we both have to remember you're past the stage where we can tell you how you're going to live your life. I've done an awful lot of soul searching the last couple of days. You know, I used to really worry about you. It seemed to me that you were always putting everybody else's needs before yours. I used to just long for you to be self-assertive. And now that's exactly what you're doing. In spades. And I guess if Julie's responsible for that, and I think it's terrific.
You do?
take charge of your life, then you have to be willing to take responsibility for it, too. And the responsibilities can be awesome. So don't try to shut yourself off from the whole family. Growing up doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm very glad we talked.
Me too.
Kim?
Barbara, we're in here, in the den. Listen, one other thing. You are being careful.
Yes, Mom, I'm being careful.
Hi.
Hi. Did you know your front door is wide open?
I do know. In fact, I'm expecting Nancy. I just didn't want the bell to wake Christopher up.
Oh.
He's got a cold.
Oh.
Yeah.
I gotta get to class.
Listen, you may see Paul over there. He starts classes today, too.
Oh, good. All right, that's great for him. Yeah, I'll look for him.
Good.
Bye.
Bye. Was that an earring I saw?
Don't ask. How are you coming along?
You okay? Kills me to see what Paul's going through right now. And when I think that Lucinda Antonio protected James and allowed Paul to go through what he's going through.
Please, God, let that be the end of it.
Yeah, I hope so, too. And now, something else. Seems that James overheard a conversation that I had with Lucinda about Adam. And he made a note of it in his journal, and now Hal has read that. And Hal came out and asked me why I had a conversation with Lucinda about Adam, and I had to lie to him again. I just want to be able to tell him the truth that I knew about Adam before he did, and I can't now. I can't.
Honey, I still disagree with you. I don't think you can afford not to tell him. Listen, if he hears it from you, and you explain to him why you were afraid to tell him, he's got to understand.
I don't think so.
Why don't I make us some coffee, and let's talk this through again. You have got to come up with something better than that. That's ridiculous. Oh, hi. Hi, come on in. I just was about to get some coffee. Go on in the den. Barbara's in there. I'll be writing. Hello, Barbara.
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now, part 2 of As the World Turns.
I'm sorry, Barbara, about all of this. I really am, and I'm hoping that Paul's ordeal will be brief.
Really? And Lucinda, you are responsible for that ordeal. You protected James while he was here in Oakdale.
You may recall that you shielded James when Paul was in jeopardy well, this time it was my poor Sierra.
I never endangered another woman's child. But you're far too selfish to understand that. I'm not surprised that John finally wised up and left you.
You may be right about that. But look, you have so many secrets. If your husband were to find out about them, we'd be in the same boat.
Okay, here we go. I am so sorry I took so long.
Kirk told me that you wanted to
I'm
discuss
not
the
going to be
show.
able to stay. I'm going to leave, and we'll talk later.
Wait a minute. No,
okay?
don't go. This
it's
isn't
all
going
right,
to take
Kim.
long.
All right,
I
I'll
don't
talk to you
think
later.
that I said anything to upset her, but...
Well, she was very upset. She's upset about Paul. I'm sure you can understand that. Okay, about the show. We do have a taped segment for Patterns this week. But what I would like to do is replace it with a live debate between the two candidates for district attorney.
Oh, no. Absolutely no. I'm not going to give Ross Sturgis a chance to slander me again in my own station. I'm not.
Wait a minute. Hear me out. Now, it would give Tom equal time. He could explain his decision not to press charges with you. He could rebut Sturgis' accusation of undue influence. It would be timely, it would be informative, and isn't that what we're after?
I don't think that I could stomach hearing another thank you word about James Stenbeck. Anyway, come on. It would be totally improper. Tom is your husband's son. You managed his last campaign.
No,
I'm financing this campaign.
But I think I can really be objective about this. And look at it this way, from your... I mean, look how fair it would seem. I mean, think about this. How fair it would seem for you to allow Sturgis to come on the show after things he said about you. I mean, it would prove that you have absolutely nothing to hide.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Perfect.
Just let me get something straight here. Does that mean that you, Kim, you personally, you don't condemn me for harboring James?
Well, in the first place, I don't have any right to sit in judgment with you. And as a mother, I know from my own experience, I would do anything to protect a child.
Yeah?
Mom, we're in the den.
Hello.
Hello,
Well, look,
Roxanne.
I think I better be going.
Well, what about the debate? Is it on?
Yes, it's on.
Oh,
Hey.
wonderful, thank you.
Hey,
Yes,
please, just make it fair.
fair and square.
All right, okay?
Bye. Bye.
It looks as if you won that round.
Oh, Mom, I don't know. I'm not sure that anybody's going to win this round. I think it's going to be a lot harder to bury James than we thought.
Lily! Oh, Trish, I'm so glad to see you. Where are your bags?
Bags? I just came by to say hello.
You didn't get my message?
No?
Oh, that explains why Derek didn't call.
What do you mean?
I left messages for the both of you at the hotel. Derek left a few hours to go to have a meeting with your father. You didn't see him?
No, but I could have been downstairs having breakfast or something. So tell me, do you think there is a possibility that Caleb may stop by for lunch today?
Caleb? Oh, well, farmers don't do lunch this time of year, Trish. Hope you're not disappointed.
No, actually I am. I don't remember ever feeling so comfortable with a man.
Is this getting serious?
It better not be. Daddy would never approve of this. He expects me to marry well, meaning money and social status, in that order.
Ah, I know how you feel. Lucinda and I had many arguments about that when I was going out with Holden. You're welcome. It's funny, I married somebody that she approves of.
This all happened so fast. What was it that made up your mind about Derek?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it's my attraction to him and all the magic. But, he made me like myself again. Made me laugh. And I knew he wasn't after my money because he has plenty of his own.
Well, everything's on the truck, and I'll be going now.
Oh, thanks for all the beautiful work you've done here, Jeff. I hope it hasn't been too hard on you.
No, it's not your fault. Look, Lily, if you ever need me, don't hesitate to call. And I don't mean just problems with the cottage or the generator.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Goodbye.
I can't believe I'm in college.
Oh, me either. I'm really glad to have you with me in that one class.
Me too.
Well, lowly freshman. How are
Hey,
you?
Andy. Hi. Yeah, we have this great English class.
That's good.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah?
Sorry about this morning.
Oh, forget about it. Yeah.
Andy, I know all about you and Julie, and I don't have any bad feelings about it. I just miss having you as a friend.
Well, that's cool. You're not going to lose me as a friend, man. Look, I want to ask you guys a favor. Julie and I are going to be spending a lot of time together from now on, and I hope you guys will give her a chance.
Of course.
Don't want anything to come between me and my bro.
All right. Hey, man, what are you doing hanging out with freshmen?
Oh, it's just once in a while. I don't know.
So how you guys like school so far?
Great. So far so good?
Good.
I'm glad you came by.
Well, it was a little rough getting out of the house. There was a bunch of reporters outside, but I lost them. It hasn't been that bad.
Lost.
Well, here's a rare assortment.
Don't feel you have to stop and socialize, Kevin.
I caught your picture in the paper, Paul. You and your girlfriend. Hot stuff.
Once you get lost, Kevin.
I bet she's even hotter right out of the shower.
I'm serious. Why don't you just get lost, man?
Might have shot my old man, boy.
Come on, man. All right. Paul, don't give him the satisfaction.
Well, Grandma, how about if I call you as soon as I talk to Brock, and I'll let you know if we come up to the cabin or not? All right, I love you too. Bye. Hi. My grandmother is very thrilled that you are taking her apartment, and she wants me to give the keys to you.
Thank you very much. I owe you one. Do you happen to know of a good gym also?
Actually, go to the one I go to. It's terrific. Moscone's. They have good trainers.
Good morning, Miss Ryan. Listen, I've been working on some ideas for the new Barbara Ryan originals. Perhaps you'd like to hear them.
Actually, Sean, I came by to have a little chat with Emily, but after I'm through with her, I'll stop in.
Oh, my office is right across the hall.
Thank you. I'll get right to the point. Paul's going back to college today. He is determined not to let what's happened keep him from leading a normal life, and I want that more than anything for him.
So do I.
Well, then if you feel that way, you will leave him alone, won't you, Emily? He's not working here any longer. There's no reason for you two to see each other.
Barbara, Paul and I are good friends. I'm not going to turn my back on him now. I owe him a great deal.
Oh, you're damn right. You owe him a great deal. You had your messy affair with James, and you got off without a scratch, didn't you? I don't think you have any appreciation of what Paul sacrificed to save your life.
Of course I do.
Then leave him alone. Let him go back to college and get involved again and make new friends.
I have been encouraging him to do exactly that. I don't know what you want from me.
Then I will spell it out for you, Emily. Don't call him. Don't see him. And get out of his life. He is a 19-year-old boy. And if you keep on encouraging this attachment to feed your own vanity, you will end up hurting him more than you already have. And if you do that, I promise you, I will not rest until I find a way to make you pay for it for the rest of your life. Do I make myself clear?
I think so.
I hope so. And now I'll go see what Sean has to show me for Barbara Ryan Originals. I'm sure it's better than anything you've ever had to offer me.
Hello, Montgomery Associates.
Emily, it's Margot. I got your message. We can't give you a definite time or a date when you can move into the condo. We have to keep it sealed until the investigation is completely over.
How long is it going to take?
I'm not sure. You see, the state attorney's down. He's asking a lot of questions now.
About what?
Sorry, I can't go into it.
Look, Margot, I'd like to get out of town for a few days. I'd like to go up to my grandparents' cabin. Is that all right?
Sure. Fine. Just don't go out of the state, and also keep us apprised of where you'll be.
Fine.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll wait to hear from you.
Look, Matt, I'm telling you, it will not do any good to bring Tony Reyes back in here because he will only lie again.
I don't care. I want this covered. 4 phone calls were made from the Walsh stables to the Reyes apartment. Nobody followed up on it.
Well, Lieutenant, Tonio has already denied having any contact whatsoever with James Stenbeck, and he'd just say that there was nobody at the other end of the line.
We've got 2- and 3-minute phone calls here.
He'll still deny it, sir. Look, nobody wants to nail Tonio more than I want to nail Tonio, but it's just a waste of time.
It's not a waste of time, and I don't want an argument from you. I want him questioned and a full report turned in. The state attorney is breathing down on X, so please, stick by the book for a change.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and while we're at it, how did you let Paul get a hold of your old service revolver?
I kept it in our house for protection, Mac. I told Paul where it was because of the rumors that James was back in town. Obviously, he thought Emily was in more danger than we were because he gave it to her.
I don't like it. I don't like a lot of things about this. I don't like my Elsa coming back either.
Hi. I saw you in the hallway talking to Bill Hastings. Tom, what's he gonna do?
What is going on in here?
Well done, lad. You're learning fast.
Thanks. Well, where did these come from?
Duncan had them stashed away in one of the dungeons and offered to teach the kids some swordsmanship.
Oh, of course. What could benefit them more?
Hey, Duncan, when can I have another lesson?
No, I don't think this is a good idea, hey, you.
Oh, come on. Yeah, sure it is.
It's a good sport, Shannon, and Duncan's provided all the protective gear.
Well, I'll think about it.
Okay, kids, time for a swim before lunch.
Are you coming, Duncan?
Oh, I'll be down as soon as I put away all this equipment.
How like you to teach a kid a bloodthirsty sport the minute my back is turned?
Fencing is a noble art.
I am not going to argue with you. I don't have to. This may have been your castle at one time, but I am the boss here now.
Aye, aye, Captain O'Hara.
Kim, I hadn't realized how much Andy has changed this year. He's no longer a boy.
Oh, I'll say he's not. That's been brought home very clearly to me this morning. And in fact, I probably should warn you about this since Andy's making no effort at all to hide anything. He and Julie Wendell are having a relationship. Oh, dear. My sentiments, exactly. She is not exactly the kind of girl that I had envisioned for my son. Anyway, I'm not telling you about this to worry you. I just wanted you to be aware of it. I know you're already concerned so much about Dan.
Kim, I've never seen him like this. I know he's overworked, and he's terribly upset about this investigation. But I think there's something else, and I've tried to get him to talk about it, but he won't. I wonder if it's because I'm so close to Barbara and Paul.
Susan! Don't run away on my account, sweet Sue.
If you're looking for Rex, he's in the boardroom. I know that. I just wondered if you knew when John, my husband, was coming back to town.
Tomorrow.
Do you happen to know whether he plans on staying at the executive club or your place?
Listen, look, I don't want to get into this here, all right?
But you're in it. You're in it. You got in it the day that you told that very biased account of Julie Wendell's activities.
I just told John the truth, which is more than you've ever done.
Please, please, save the saintliness for John, because he
What
seems
did you
to
want
like
me to
it.
do? Stand around and let you manipulate and make a fool out of John and his son?
That kid is not John's son. You love to use him in any way you can,
Look,
I know that.
Don't try to blame me. I am going to be here for John, though, when he gets back. Because I know what he needs. And I don't think you can give it to him.
Well, you know, Duncan's been a big hit with the kids.
Oh.
He was teaching them life-saving when I left.
Great.
Shannon, what have you got against him?
You don't have the time, Hibbs. Earl Mitchell Center. Mark, hi, how are you? Oh, please tell me you've changed your mind and you're coming back. No, I understand. We're gonna miss you. So how does South Philly look to you now? Good. Yeah, I'm okay, too. I'm going to send you some pictures of the kids. I know that they'll all be wanting to write to you. Yeah, I will. Okay, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Well, what's for lunch?
You haven't been invited.
Well, Lassie, I've spent the better part of the morning volunteering my services here.
Yes, and it's glaringly obvious why.
Oh, it is? Well, then, why don't you tell me?
You have volunteered your services because you wanted to get an excuse to come out here and
What?
Oh, Duncan.
You're absolutely right.
What?
You're the captain of this ship. I'm just a lowly volunteer. It wouldn't be right for me to take advantage, so I wouldn't presume to do so again. Lotta, throw another side of beef on the fire. I'm famished.
Oh, I hope Derek's home in time for lunch. You think I should call Niles Sweet again?
I wouldn't, Lily.
Why not?
Well, because Daddy calls his European buyers between 11 and noon.
Well, maybe that means that Derek has already left.
Not only left, but raced straight home to see you.
Hi.
Hi.
I guess that means you didn't get my messages at the hotel.
No, was it important?
No, I just wanted you to stop and get some salmon for lunch, but I already made a salad. So, speaking of the salad, let me check on the salad. And I want you, while I'm away, to convince Trish to stay here for the rest of her visit.
I'll try.
I never left the suite this morning, so I know you weren't with Daddy. Where were you?
Keep your nose out of this, Trish.
No. I like Lily, and I don't want to see her get hurt.
Yeah? Well, then you can help by convincing the old man to get the hell out of Oakdale. And stop asking questions.
Oh, God, it's Karen, isn't it?
Damn it, Margot, there must be something that you can say to him that's gonna make him change his mind.
You know perfectly well this is not Tom's decision. He has nothing to do with this.
Hal, you want to tell me what's going on, please? Was it really necessary to have a cop drag me out of class with all those people watching?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I told you everything I know.
You're not here for questioning.
What are you doing here?
I don't know what I'm doing here. Would you like to tell me what I'm doing here? I got a phone call to get down here.
I think we'd better wait.
No, I don't want to wait. Tell me
what's going on, Hal?
Here's Tom.
Tom, you want to please tell us what's going on?
Paul, I'm sorry, but I thought you should know this as soon as possible. The state attorney has decided that your case is going to go before the grand jury.
Passions by Betsy Johnson. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.
This is CBS.